The rest of the film just got worse. Um, it's funny because like they see this as a direct insult, right? So like when I'm saying that this work of theirs is trash, they see this as like so insulting. It's the same to them as calling the Bible shite. So like, especially when you have somebody, the stuff that they keep saying to me is, I was amazed because you had no formal education and yet you understand it all, right? Like, it's so crazy. It's so insane. Everything that's going on in my life and also just the shit that they try and get away with in these films. So, what happened after? I mean, to be honest, I was on a phone call for like half an hour or so. So there wasn't even really. I mean, it's the same as the Bible for me. Like, why would I pay attention and read the whole fucking book? Do you know what I mean? What's the point? I mean, same as the shit I was going to draw yesterday. Like, why am I pay? Why? Like, no, this is a you lot thing. You get people, you get people to read 400,000 words and go somewhere every Sunday and rape children and then have to like get raped as a child and have to rape one fucking 20 years down the line to keep your silence and shit. Like, I don't need to do any of that. Like it's fine. I also don't need to pay £400,000 to go to be able to read Wikipedia. Like I'm perfectly aware if somebody goes, "Oh, he's such a fucking Harry. Oh, he's such a fucking Alexander. Oh, he's okay, Wikipedia." Do you know what I mean? Nothing else to it really. Like nobody needs to I need to read your coded bullshit because I understand your code and the rest of it is bullshit. So what you have in the rest of the film was basically they all come home. I think I finished off the last one where I can't remember what they call him. Like, what do they call him? The White Rhino or some shit? Drawn around in a white suit, just going to the fucking chow matches. They also think like they don't understand how I'm like. Basically, I've just been told on the phone this morning that I'm having my benefits docked again, and they're also like charging me with fucking they're basically recouping like 3 or 4 grand or something when they're giving me near enough £100 every 2 weeks to live off. This is included. This is to pay for bills, food, everything else, right? And they know that when being they signed me off for 2 months. I tried to go back to work. They fired me again. Do you know what I mean? So like I had 4 jobs in 6 months, literally just for being sat up by police and security. Um, and they fucking hate that I just keep laughing in their faces and keep doing this shit. And like for me, this girl just added me on like what's it called? X have said that they've applied a flag on my account this morning so that people don't see my likes and my comments. I'm not visible. It's so insane to literally talk about how I'm being tortured and to apply it to how they're doing that to multiple other people. And when they've said that it's for trying trying to manipulate people. That's so crazy. And what they hate is that I'm just laughing about all of this. They can't understand that it's not completely destroying my life. Anyway, so the Deer Hunter show, it's yeah, the guy like fucking what's his name, Christopher Walken. They're trying to make out that I don't drive, I only walk. So they're trying to make out like this is me through basically prohibiting me from being able to take a driving test. So Christopher Christ Walken. So they've been painting me as the devil and shit. Sometimes they try and make out like I'm Christ. I don't give a shit about your religious figures. Fuck your religions, fuck your books, fuck your films. Right. So, um, they try and get Christopher Walken like he's in a white suit and shit, and he's going to these what are they called? Russian fucking Russian roulette games with other Vietnamese guys. Oh, and then after that, the old gang tries to like get back together when they're all back from war and shit. And I guess what you get the dynamic is that Robert De Niro's got no one to vibe off anymore because Christopher Walken was like the other one that wasn't uh, like grunt or fucking stupid. So you get the idea that like, oh, Robert De Niro's pissed off, and then the other guy, what's his name, Stevie, he's now legless. So what you think of that is that it's another way of coping with war, right? Legless, a term often meaning somebody that drinks too much, somebody that has diabetes, usually loses their legs. So you have like the other guy's legless, right? And you think, well, that's a way of saying that he, without depicting a severe alcoholic on screen, they've basically said, you know, they've rendered through this war, through people saying, no, I don't want to live in a totalitarian regime. No, I don't want to be tortured. No, I don't want to be enslaved. They've rendered the black people armless, and if you're white, you know, the white guy in the wheelchair is legless. Uh, and the other guy, Christopher Walken, is continuously going to play Russian roulette, to essentially playing a game to kill himself, which is a place that he went to go and go to war. I already talked about this in the last video, how like through language, through different forms of like creative bullshit weapons that the Church of England have tried to use, they've tried to make it so that you're only ever attacking yourself, which is just like straight up not true. This is what they try to manipulate with kids, right? So like as I talked about before, they think because my name is Domenico that that's somehow some holy trinity of Satan worship, right? It's not. I don't give a fuck if Satan worshippers worship me. I don't give a fuck about Christianity. I don't give a fuck about Jesus. I don't give a fuck about anything to do with any religion. But for some reason, what they think is, oh, they think that by making a fool out of me, they're telling all these little like religious fucking kids to go, oh, we must do as we're told. No, we mustn't. No, we really fucking mustn't. Like the time for this shit needs to come to an end. The time for religion ruling countries needs to come to an end. Full stop. And that's why a ton of car doors just slam shut behind me. The time for religion running cultures, running governments, running countries needs to come to a fucking end because you get shit like this now where they've removed me from Instagram, have banned me, X or Twitter or whatever, which is supposed to be a champion of free speech, have made it so that people can't see my. I literally got told people can't see your tweets or what you like. I'm getting stalked by some woman in America whose ex is a fucking ex-marine and whose dad is some church elder in some fucking Russian church. Right. So quite clearly showing that like the Russians and the Americans are in on this together. And she's now gone to the point of hacking my LinkedIn. This isn't an allegory for somebody fucking up my work. This is a legitimate situation where a girl tried to bully me on Reddit. I saw that and just barred back. And then we added each other on Facebook. I blocked and deleted her on all of that. She found my LinkedIn. I didn't even know I had a LinkedIn. So after then talking to her and just trying to make it clear that I didn't want to speak to her on WhatsApp, now she's found me on X and is commenting underneath my comments and shit. And what they're doing is they're going, well, you're doing that to us. Of course I'm doing that to you. You are enslaving people. You are drugging people. You're murdering people. And you know what's funny? The same as what I said about pollution earlier. What do you do? Like at times where smoking has affected my lungs, I've stopped smoking. What do you do when everybody is going pollution, pollution, weather, weather, toxic waste in the rivers? And like, I was reading about the river outside my flat the other day. Like 100 years ago, it was like wild salmon swam here. People fished wild salmon here. Now you're not allowed to swim in it. right? Because they say the pollution's that bad. So you and like you see all these videos all the time of like what's going on in the ocean, like kids getting lost in fucking wild swimming spots and shit. You think it's such bullshit, man. This world is just such bullshit. This world is just filled with such bullshit. So they're trying to make out like I'm being this Nicky guy, right? By a little Nicky, whatever. By which is not the case. I'm not playing into their hand, right? But this is what they're doing. They're trying to make out that like people that don't follow the path of the righteous or the righteous, seemingly child rapers and people that date rape people and poison them to death. Because what I didn't finish off my point with pollution is you would think that everybody is seemingly right. If your monarchy and your church established country and cities by stealing them, right? Like if you just rock up and say, this is mine, and everybody has to work for me, right? If you do that, you're a thief. And then what they do is they go, that person's a thief because they tried to take food from a landmass. It's utterly ridiculous. So they turned everything into farming so that they can say, no, I worked for this. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You were born onto a bit of land. You're born onto a bit of land, and you lot have slowly over time used manipulation, bullying, murder, rape, um, theft as forms of attack against people that weren't organized together and bad mouthing people, journalism. And you think that what the problem is like, well, don't we maybe like not use murder and theft as a form? Don't we maybe not do that? Do you know what I mean? Because what they're doing is again, well, you're killing yourself because you steal when you don't have any food. Do you know what I mean? You steal when you don't have any food to feed yourself because we've put you in a one-bedroom flat where you can't grow any food. So you have to rely on money, but we won't let you work. You see how ridiculous their concept of theft is and our concept of theft. They walk up and say, this is mine, and then they tell a bunch of people that they know to be stupid to go and murder you. These people that they call bulls, that they build up, even though they think that they know that they're stupid. So these concepts of killing yourself, you're not killing yourself by fighting them. You're not. They're just trying to put you in some form of bind, which is bullshit. You can break every contract. You can not pay your tax. It is not illegal to not pay tax. Um, and it is also not a crime to say, you've stolen all of this, so now I'm going to steal from you. So anyway, the rest of the film, like the rest of the group of people, can't really get along because the dynamic's wrong now. Um, and what the message in that is what they're trying to say is if you go to war, we're going to leave you armless, legless, and shooting yourself in the head over and over again. Again, not the case. The reason why you're attempting to destroy my life and not allowing me to speak is because you know that I'm not any of those things. I'm not armless, I'm not legless, and I'm not killing myself. I'm talking openly about all of this, and I don't feel some sort of chink in my armor where I go, "Oh no, I must stop speaking in case they call me a name again behind my back." Do it, man. Drag me through court, drag me through the media. I don't give a fuck. I'll be telling the truth, and you'll be making shit up. Um, so after that, uh, the dude Robert De Niro tries to get Christopher Walken back. He tries to bring Legolas back, but Legolas doesn't like. He just hates it. And he tries to bring Nicky back, and he goes over there, and he ends up getting into a battle with him, and Nicky shoots himself in the head. So basically, what the moral of what they're trying to say to you, the moral of the story is, what they're trying to say is one, don't be a deer, or you will want to go to war. When you want to go to war, we're going to send you to war, and you're going to basically commit all the things that you said that you wouldn't do. Then once you've done all of those, if you still refuse to back down, if you still refuse to just go to your place, we're going to try to make out that through continued fighting, you're just going to be killing yourself over and over again, attempting to kill you, gambling with your own life over and over and over again until you eventually kill yourself. That is not the case. Okay? They're chatting absolute shit. They want you to stay in fear so that people don't rise up because they want to keep raping children, making money off theft and violence. And people often say to me, like, well, what do we do? Everybody just stop going to work tomorrow. Everybody stop going to work tomorrow and rock up to your House of Parliament, to your local MP. I know where they live in West Bridgford, top of Melton Road. Like, if this is straight up what needs to, we need to be going to the police commissioners' houses, we need to be going to their churches, we need to be going to their council buildings, and we need to be not allowing them to work. We need to be stopping them from doing everything that they're doing. We need to be making it so that if you work for the government, if you work for the church, if you work for the police, you do not work again. Your child or whoever has a chance of redeeming themselves, but you do not get to fucking work. You get dragged the fuck out. Um, and I guess that this is what needs to happen. But like I said, they just program people to be stupid. They're just educating people to be stupid. If you're not stupid, then just see what I see. Do you know what I mean? Or just listen to the things that I have to say because I'm not lying and I'm not crazy. And they know that. That's why they've cut me off, why they don't respond to my complaints, why they attempt to drug my water, why they've assaulted me multiple times, given me brain damage.